Hey, it's Amethyst Virgo. I'm back. This video is about Libra season and your zodiac sign and what it might mean for you during Libra season, even if you're not a Libra. Now, you may say, I'm not a Libra. Why does it matter? I saw a friend of mine jokingly post to skip Libra season. Jokingly, this person is a really, really close Libra friend, so I think it was kind of like a joke. And of course, I have a Libra child, so I like Libra energy. But it is important for us because you might say, well, I'm not a Libra, but you're an Aries, so that means there's going to be some oppositions to your Aries energy in your chart. Or you're a Cancer, which means there's going to be some squares. Or you're a Capricorn, which means there's going to be squares, right? So it is important for us to pay attention to the seasons because it also helps us understand the themes. So when we think of Libra, we know what comes to mind: partnership and, relationships and relating and, social events and, coming together and collaborating, all of those things that I'm sure we've heard about. But I also want us to look at Libra season as an opportunity. What can you negotiate during the season? What can you balance during the season? What in your life is off balance? What in your life do you need a second opinion on? Where in your life are you being too, where are you being too, where in your life are you being where in your life are you being too self-driven and you really need to include somebody else, right? So how do we use this season to really bring about those positive energies within Libra? Now, if you're an Aries, right, we're going to start with you. This is obviously an opposition, right? Opposite energy. The chart will tell us the degrees. But if it's opposite sign energy, a lot of Aries people right now, you might be going through a period of time where you are a little bit more, it's a little bit easier to cooperate with you. It's a little bit easier for you to, something about this season does something to you where it almost like awakens this understanding of other. It's not just about you all the time, right? And I don't mean that every single Aries individual leads with that intentionally, but Libra season brings about those lessons around things that you have to do that are typically, you're almost like going to be forced in a way. And I don't want to say forced in a literal way, but you're going to be forced to have to work with somebody else. You're Aries, you realize my way or the highway doesn't work during the end, Libra season for you, right? Because energetically, every season is a learning opportunity. So for Aries, don't be surprised that during this season, it's not that you don't feel like yourself, but it's like you grow a little bit of a more awareness of like, okay, I need to involve someone else, or let me take care of my partnerships. You're still going to be Aries, right? Aries is still going to be Aries. Nothing really about you is going to change. But Libra season kind of brings forth that need for you to not fully think that everything is about what you want in a situation. You surprisingly may realize, oh, wow, I couldn't have accomplished this without this person. Or I have this thing I want to do because I'm Aries, and when I want to do something, I got to do it. But you're not as bold or as brash as usual. Even Aries who are trying to date someone, who's really interested in someone, right? Like if this season brings about that more, the softer side of you, or that side of you where you're still the Aries ram, right? You're still the ram who's, when Aries wants something, they make a plan. They're like, I'm going to take action. I'm going to see what I can do. But Libra season allows for you to kind of tap more into a more complementary way of dealing with other people. Now, if Taurus and Libra, you're both ruled by Venus. Well, with Taurus, and a lot of what you value is different than what a Libra values, right? You value this level of sustainability, you value resource, you value having things that you need. Libra values the relationship. So, of course, the energy between Libra and Taurus is quincunx in conjunct. It can feel a little awkward together. But what can be beneficial is that during this season, learning the values of what you value in your relationships. Sometimes, Taurus, you feel more comfortable holding on to items because items will never leave you, well, unless somebody takes them, right? Or you lose them, right? But for the most part, what we possess is what we possess. And we can't possess people, well, unless you're Scorpio, you think you can. That's a little joke. But with Libra season, Taurus, it is a great opportunity for you to pour into those relationships and to be a little bit more giving of what you have and learning how that facilitates a better level of communication, understanding with you and other people in your life. And again, a lot of times people will think default Venus, Libra, Taurus, Venus, especially in Libra with relationships, but also just thinking of anyone in your life that can benefit from having more of your time, having more of you. You know, it's not always about I'm going to give you something or I need to make sure that I have something from you. It can be spending quality time. So if you feel a little bit out of your element during the season, Taurus, that is something that you can tap into more. Gemini, well, of course, you know, air and air, that's trine energy. So, but Gemini right now, like a lot of you might be feeling more of a compelling need to actually relate to someone. You've done a lot, you know, all the talking, like all the communication and talking that you're used to doing. You're now at a different period of time where this is a great way to awaken the true relationships that you have in your life. This is a great time for you to, you know, a lot of times you get, you know, catch up on old times, talk about positive things. It is a great time to, you know, even if we're thinking of relationships, you know, Gemini, you know, you have that very flirtatious or curious energy. Libra can be a flirt too, but Libra is cardinal, and Libra is trying to create a connection. It's not just about I want to know more about you. That's Gemini. Libra wants to create that connection, and so I wouldn't be surprised if during the season you find that your relationships, your conversations with people, they need to feel a little bit more of a connection. You want to know more about people. You want to understand a little bit more about what they're going through, and less just about, you know, volume of conversation. So meeting new friends at this time is probably not what's going to happen for a lot of Geminis. You're going to be pouring into the relationships you already have. Now, we're moving on to Cancer. So Cancer and Libra are square signs, right? Those of us, we already know that. But what brings forth in this time is that you are able to reach outside of yourself to bring forth a greater sense of the need to sometimes understand where others are coming from. I think Cancer is great with the nurturing part, and nurturing doesn't always have to mean mother energy. Yes, Cancer, moon, mother, but Cancer people, there is this kind of if I'm like from where you're from, if we're from the same hometown, if we're on the same play on the same team, if we have a connection. Like Cancer has that connection to people who are like they've been around since day one. But Libra offers that opportunity to relate to people that sometimes you don't have anything in common with, which is something I think that's very interesting with Libra. Libra is this, I'm going to find a way to have something in common with you. I'm going to find a way. And so sometimes Cancer can get really locked into these established relationships, these established connections. But, you know, you might find yourself during the season being a little bit more open-minded. You know, I'm learning more about somebody. Maybe you didn't like somebody at work, but then you just had a great conversation. You realize, oh, that person's not that bad, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of Cancers during the season, you have an experience with someone where you learn something new about them through your ability to open up and relate to them a little bit more. It requires you to kind of come out of that shell and to see opportunity in balancing your opinions of people and balancing the experiences you have with them. Sometimes we meet people in an awkward way, and first impressions may not be best. Now, again, if you're very intuitive, your first impression is usually always right in some way, shape, or form. But it also, this season, you know, it's a square. And so it can bring about attention, a situation that you have to resolve, something that maybe you felt or something maybe you or another person misconstrued, but this Libra opportunity brings forth, maybe there's peace that can happen or some type of mediation. Leo and Libra are sextile signs, so it is energy that can be complementary. So at this point, you're kind of, you know, this is a great way in which the show is over, your season been over, Leo. So with Libra, what it allows for you to do is to pour a little bit more into your connections with people. It's not just about you anymore. You understand what other people bring and offer you. So Leo this season promotes this opportunity in situations where you are blending with someone else, or you are compromising with someone else. You're seeing the value in someone else. You are, if you have a business, maybe you have a business with a friend. You are, you're engaged, and you're like, okay, we're looking for, like, you're doing something that requires an agreement with someone else. And so that's why, and the good thing about Leo and Libra, I think, obviously as sextile signs, is that Leo and Libra are both signs that tend to, in some way, shape, or form, value social things. They value things that are public. And so this also can mean there's something public. So for a lot of Leos, whether it's a public relationship, a public association, maybe you get a job, you join, there's a merger. Maybe if you're a person that's a business owner again or something like that, there's a merger between your company and someone else's company. There's something with Leo and merging with someone else and using this as an opportunity to do that. Because during your season, it's all about you, right? But Libra and you sextiling offers a different type of exchange. Virgo. So Virgo is, neighbor to Libra. The only things really in common, I would say Libra and Virgo can typically have good conversations, can typically have good friendships usually. Depends on the people, of course. But Libra and Virgo. Libra and Virgo, during this time, you don't have all the answers. You don't have to figure it out on your own. You have to release some of that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And really allow yourself to sometimes let loose and have fun. Allow yourself to relax. Because Libra season, Venus energy, it is about relaxation. And Virgos are always doing something. There's nothing wrong with that. Means you work hard, but sometimes you have to know you don't need to do everything. Why don't you merge with someone else? Why don't you collaborate with someone else? Why don't you tell someone you need help? Why don't you reach out and say, hey, friend, I'm working on this project. I need a little bit of help? Or do you know anybody that can help me with this? If you're working on a home improvement project, Virgo, this is a great time to reach out. Reach out to your connections. Reach out to different people. Virgo, pay attention to your relationships. You don't have to figure everything out like a puzzle all the time. Let it flow. During Libra season, that's an opportunity for you to let things flow. You just had Virgo season. You did probably a lot of work. You probably felt really energized. But now it's about letting all the work you've done flow. It's about letting all the work you've done, just kind of relax a little bit. And see your work coming together, Libra, partnership, seeing it form together, seeing what is in front of you before you think you have to fix everything. So Libra energy, this Libra season, it doesn't mean stop doing what you're doing. It doesn't mean stop striving for what, you need. It does mean that it's good for you to know when to stop. It is good for you to know when to enjoy life. It is good for you to know how to sometimes something's not even what you need to be doing. It's not even your job. It's not even up to you. It's getting other people to join in, right? It's getting other people on board. And that way you're not overworking yourself all the time. Now, Libra season. What's going on with the Libras? Libra during Libra season, this time for you is optimal. You are at your peak and you're not really worried about any of the other things. Though there may be other things in your life that are frustrating, you are valuing your peace, your sense of calm. You are valuing the things that you know are going to give you a sense of just completion and happiness. Balance is important. If something needs to be out of your life, don't even worry about it during this season, right? This is a great time. We just had the new moon in Virgo. I talked about on TikTok, where I talked about the new moon in Virgo energy was about purging things. So Libra, if you had to purge somebody, something, a situation, now you should be at a place where you are at peace. You are allowing yourself to come back together. Whoever or whatever was frustrating you, this is your time to really seek balance and to get all that negativity out of your life. You can handle that later, right? It is important for you to use this energy to really give yourself a sense of opportunities that are going to give you a sense of completion, happiness, and just rest. Allowing yourself to rest, allowing yourself to, bring everything back to balance where it should be. If you working too much, pay attention to home. If you've been home too much, go out. Really using this the season for yourself. Now, Scorpio. Scorpio during Libra season might feel a little bit out of range. Libra is Venus ruled and Venus is pleasant, or, Venus wants that pleasant type of energy. Scorpio, we know what planets rule Scorpio. Those are pretty intense. But I think for Scorpios during Libra season, it is great to see how you can give and water some of those relationships and associations that you have that are not so intense in nature. I think a lot of times Scorpio can get really, again, you get really entangled with what is yours, who you're with, who you're in a relationship with, who you associate with. And you do tend to have some Scorpios that can be quite loyal in that regard to who they've chosen. But you also have friendships, relationships, associations that can be lighthearted. They're like enjoying people around you, learning from people around you, having a greater sense of awareness of those people. Um, you know, being away from people that bring out really intense emotions. Like if you feel like you've been around a lot of people lately who just bring out the worst in you or bring out a lot of just past issues, past negativity, Libra season is time. Be around people you enjoy. You've been putting off hanging out with your, a work friend for months because you want to be tied up with your partner and your partner's getting on your nerves. Go out with your friend, right? Or you have been so invested in a project that you have been neglecting yourself. Go get your nails done, or go work out, or go take a day trip. I don't know, whatever people do to relax, right? Like, because I feel like Scorpio and Virgo are similar in a way. Like Virgo and Scorpio are always doing something. Scorpio has that more intensity. It's transformative, energy. It's I have to control this. And Virgo is I have to get this done. I have to get this done. And I think Libra season for both signs can be a time of peace, of rest, of let your work speak for itself. And with Scorpio, it's like let your emotions, let the strong part of your emotions be something that can be healed and worked on over time, and allow that Libra energy, allow that sunshine, allow that joy in your life, allow the relationships, like have fun, have that lighthearted conversation, have that laugh with your friend, go out for coffee, go hang out for an hour or two. It's about giving those, not clinging only to those things that belong to you, because if we only care about the things that belong to us, we're never going to experience other things. We're not going to meet other people. We're not going to enjoy different things. We're going to constantly only be focused on what we can control. Well, I only want to, I only like socializing because if I'm leading the party, right? That's right. Like, but you have to say, you know what? No, let me take a chance. Let me go do something that's relaxing instead of everything that I'm doing that's intense. Now, Sagittarius and Libra are sextile signs. They can be complementary. Sagittarius during this time, I think this is also great about you finding ways to relate to people that are sometimes different than you, or in different stages of life than you as well. Because what happens sometimes with Sagittarius is being so purpose driven, being so into, like, Sagittarius sometimes, though it can be quite on a sign that's on a journey, can be always surrounded by people who have the same beliefs, or people who believe in their purpose. You can get a lot of minions. Sag gets a lot of minions. Sagittarius people, oh yeah, watch them. They have a lot of supporters. Notice that? And so sometimes you have a lot of supporters, but you also want to open your mind up to other people. And I think during Libra season, Sagittarius realizes the importance of partnering. They understand the importance of collaborating. It's coming together with someone else. It is understanding someone else's perspective. It's slowing down a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if some Sagittarius during this time, meet or find or have some common ground with someone who they have to really get to know and understand a little bit more. Because again, Sagittarius, I have Sag moon, I love Sag energy. Certain Sag placements I like more than others, but we have to be careful because Sag, again, is a sign that is quick. It can make assumptions. It is subjective. It is tied to its own experiences, which can be great when using that for knowledge. But sometimes Sagittarius can get so caught up in that it forgets the lighter side of things. Everything doesn't have to be a philosophical debate. You can have a pleasant conversation with someone. You can realize that, wow, this person's completely different than me. They don't even have the same lifestyle as me, but I really enjoyed being around them. And so Libra season reminds you of the importance. That's how you're going to meet more people. That's how you're going to have more people in your life sometimes that, Sag, you can have a lot of, also Sag people can have a lot of people around them. Sag energy people, especially with dominant Sag energy, you can have a lot of people, a lot of conflict, a lot of people in your life that there's conflict with. But Libra season reminds you of the importance of actually mediating that peace. Someone that you have issues with, rumors that have been going around, this could be a time to resolve that as well. Aquarius, no, Capricorn. Capricorn and Libra, we know are square signs. Capricorn, you have to sometimes, slow down. You already slowed down. But the problem sometimes is you don't spend time with people and situations that are actually going to give you a lighter sense of responsibility. The square is gonna, now when I talk about squares, when I talk about squares, I'm talking about aspects and degrees. You would have to look at your birth chart to know if you are a Capricorn, when exactly is the Libra sun going to square your Capricorn energy. You would have to look at your chart to know that, right? But it's your permission. It's your permission. It's your permission to, you're always trying to think of things that are going to be a sure thing. Capricorn, what's a sure thing? What is a sure thing? Who's a sure thing? What it can I guarantee is going to happen, right, Capricorn? But what happens with Libra season is you get to see a little bit more of the endless possibilities of, okay, there's options in life. I don't have to do it this way or that way. You might make a major decision right now that you didn't think you would make. You might have been planning this whole time, Capricorn, to do something a certain way. And now Libra season, again, it would have to match up with other things in your chart. All of a sudden, you go that way. You were going to buy that house. You decided to buy that house. You usually date these type of people, but you met this person. You're like, oh, this person's kind of interesting. They're not usually my type. Like, it's a square. So the square is going to produce some jolt to you, Capricorn. And we know how Capricorn gets down. We know how Capricorn can follow whatever they're trying to do all the way to the end. Discipline is Capricorn's name. Capricorn, if you want to find somebody as a disciplined regiment for being healthy, sometimes Capricorn, Virgo sometimes, but I think Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn energy people, you notice, even risings, there's sometimes a thinness, skinny. Not everyone's skinny, but you see that because that it's an energy, it's discipline. And so, but Libra is let's frolic under the stars. Let's dance barefoot. Hey, the night is young. Let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's do that. I want to have fun. I want to get to know you. That energy. And so that square might mean Capricorn, you feel a little less rigid than usual. If you indulge in that, allow that opportunity to come forth, because if that's not who you really are, again, transits produce energy that makes us grow. If all we were our charts and transits never happened, that would be impossible. We would never grow. We would never experience the other energies in the zodiac. So it wouldn't be surprised, Capricorn. You feel a little bit different during this season. You contemplate a little bit more, instead of saying, this is how I've always done it. You can invite other people's ideas in, and other people may have good ideas as well. Learn that. Aquarius is another, obviously, trine to Libra, and Aquarius brings forth during Libra season, I think with Aquarius, it's all about the ability for you to feel you can also connect to people individually. And I know Aquarius energy is really always connected to a group of people, an organization. A lot of Aquarius people, it's something, we know that, right? It's an organization, whether it's religion. I know one Aquarius who's religious, it's church. Another Aquarius, it's work, these people at work. One Aquarius, it's their friend group. Another Aquarius, it could be their bowling league. Another, right? But what does Libra bring? Libra brings the ability to connect to someone interpersonally. So for a lot of Aquarius, is getting closer to somebody during this time. That's a theme for a lot of the signs, zodiacs right now, actually during Libra season. But for this one, it's like getting close to someone during Libra season that is in your group or affiliation already. Going to a networking event and meeting someone and saying, oh, let me learn more about you, right? So and what happens with Libra energy is we get to connect on a partner level or a one-to-one level. It's easy to connect to the group because we all have the same things in common, but the real connection we have with people is that one-to-one communication. When we actually learn who each other are, that's really important. And I think a lot of people ignore that, especially if you're an Aquarius and you're always around folks, or you think you don't like people and you're like, oh, I'm a loner, I'm by myself. But this situation is around connecting to people and how important that is to feel seen. And a lot of times we don't always feel seen in group settings. Some of you may, some of you may not. So this is the situation where your relationship bonds strengthen during this time. Listening to partners, listening to people. If you're like, wow, I keep talking to the same coworker because we're working on the same project, like a friendship may be happening, right? So it is about inviting those situations, opportunities. Aquarius, don't hide among the group. Some of y'all do that. You hide among the group because you're afraid to make those close connections to people. But if you feel a connection forming, don't run from it. Pisces. Well, Pisces and Libra are quincunx signs, 5 sides apart. Don't, ironically, Pisces and Libra are similar in terms of these are not signs that are openly threatening. Now, anybody can be threatening. I've told you there's signs that are underestimated because a Pisces person, watch my video. I think I have the shadow side or something like that. Watch my video. Right, Libra, anyone can be dangerous. Let's just put that out there. There's no sign that's responsible for one thing only. But what I want to say, but Libra and Pisces, with the exception of a love appreciation for beautiful things, they have that in common. They're very different energies. Pisces could say, hey, I just want to be on my lonesome. Libra's like, I need people. I need someone. Right? Whether it's a friend, family, I need to relate, right? But with Pisces and that in conjunct, what happens sometimes is this season can feel a little bit awkward for you because what you're trying to figure out is who's real and who's not. And so Pisces, a lot of Pisces people, you might have gone through something recently where somebody did something that it may have surprised you. You've been doing a lot of contemplation, especially if that new moon in Virgo, which obviously Virgo is opposite of Pisces, if that impacted you in any way, shape, or form. If even when we talk about the full moon, when Virgo during Virgo season that you experience, if any Pisces people have been going through that right now, any type of clarity that something has become clear to you, there might be a theme right now in your relationships where you feel forced to really understand who is for you. You might still be a little confused even after this season ends, but for Pisces people with the Libra in conjunct, that quincunx, you're trying to find who you are within your relationship. Whether that means some of you have gone through a breakup, or that means some of you just feel like your role isn't really defined in your relationship, your marriage, whatever. Even if it's a partnership, work relationship, whatever, like there's something that's undefined. And for you, it's about trying to really understand how you fit within that. So wouldn't be surprised if many Pisces people are going through some type of confusion or thematic thing where you're going through a period of time of clarity regarding your relationship and what role you want to play in it, whether it means now or the future or the direction in general. So that was it for this video. For the season, for Libra season, these are the zodiac predictions. These are the zodiac energies, and I will be back again, of course, when we hit Scorpio season.